Okay. What's up, C-Doom? Hope you're good, man. I'm actually playing while having the Developer Direct on. Hoping that we'll be getting some DLC trailer. But, yeah, but I'm just like, I mean, I'm just not sure if it's going to happen. I hope it is. So I have it on, just in case. So right now they're showcasing. I can see Forza Motor. Forza Horizon or whatever it's called. But as soon as I get as soon as I see that it's Doom the Dark Ages, then I'll pause it and then probably just. I'm not sure how if I'll be able to quickly cast it. Me and Hugo had a talk. There will be a trailer. Oh no! What are you doing, man? Just pause it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on it. But I'm sure it's going to be like, I'm sure they're going to put it at the very end. Just showcase the big titles first. The big, like, you know, Fable, Forza. I don't know what else they're going to be showcasing, but, so I'm just keeping an eye on it, just in case I see something. How's the day going? Pretty good, man. Just had a long day, pretty much, at work, and now chilling with a bit of Dark Ages, you know, to end the day. And tomorrow's Friday, so that's good. Looking forward to relaxing during the weekend, and probably have, you know, get a stream in as well, where I don't have to be worried as much about time. So that's gonna be nice. How about you, man? How's the day going? am I doing? There we go. It's going pretty good. Just been looking forward to this Dev Direct. Just hoping for that trailer. Yeah, me too, man. But it's not been confirmed. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing that's been. As far as I know, there's been no confirmation of that. All I know is that, I mean, we know that they're going to be talking about Fable, Forza, and any other like any big game release, right? This is a DLC, so I'm just not sure if they're going to prioritize it. You know what I mean? That's my worry. Oh, can you fuck off with your fucking... Oh no, that was stupid. There you go. Yeah, let's see. It is, however, the perfect time for them to showcase it. Well, we got our first big news on Dark Ages last year at this event, so maybe this year will follow suit, even though it is DLC. Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, it's a perfect time for them to do so. I just don't know if they're ready to showcase anything yet. That's the thing. I feel like they're still quite behind. They're still, you know what I mean? I feel like there's still a lot of work to be done. Given how cagey they've been about it, you know? On Hugo streams, they've been super cagey about it, so I'm just not sure. I hope we'll be getting something, but I just don't, I don't know. And I'm also really hoping that we're not going to have to wait, you know, like 7 or 8 months to get a DLC. That's also one of my big worries. Ah, fuck. Ah, okay. Interesting. Well, it gives you something to look forward to in life, at least. I was legit counting down the days until Dark Ages came out. So did I. I was counting down the months. I really was. As soon as we got a release date at the developer direct last year, I remember I was counting. I was counting down the months and then the days. I was so hyped, so hyped. What am I doing here again? Whoop. But then again, that was only 4 months ago. 4 months. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, that was close. It was close. But I think, but I feel it's gonna be the same thing here. I think we're gonna be getting the DLC probably in May, April, May. Good evening and good luck. Thanks, Hyper Man. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Hyper, are you also watching the developer direct show right now? Down a little yesterday, you and Max Sliders. Yeah, bro, I saw that. I saw that. But you're getting closer though, so it is doable. You're so close, man. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, same thing here, man. Because that's a fucking hard challenge doing that. It really is. Did you see the BSO? No, no. Like, actually, I have to see it. I'm gonna watch it too. I'm gonna watch it later, I think. Man, it's so hard watching like the developer direct, watching chat as well, and playing the game at the same time. Like I'm literally watching 3 screens at the same time. It is a bit crazy. What am I doing? So distracted. Springtrap, what's up, man? Good to have you, Braun. Good to have you on again, bro. I think I was depressed, not angry. Yeah, yeah, but I understand that. Like, but you're gonna get it done, man. You're gonna get it done. Hey, Stefan. Just eating my dinner. Yeah, I mean that's why? What the fuck? I should be. Did I miss some gold somewhere? What the actual fuck? Okay, that should be enough. That was weird. I thought I had enough there. New sub, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, Stefan. Hope you enjoy the stream and all the content that I make. Always appreciate it to hear that people follow me. It's very encouraging. There you go. There he was. Fucking nightmare imp. You didn't pick the 8 gold. You triggered the secret. Didn't pick it. Ah, fuck. I thought I did, though. I thought I did pick it up. Fucking hell. That's annoying. Third worst enemy in this game is Stonip without question. I agree. It's definitely in my top 3 of worst enemies in this game. 100%. It sucks because Ryle and Harbor are... Yeah, they are actually. Especially, like, to me, Harbor is easier even than Ryle. There's not a lot of, like, Harbor... Like, I just, like, maybe the final arena where things can go south quickly, but otherwise... Like... Yeah, that's about it, right? Boom, 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 boom. I have a Twitch, bro. Not all my content is on YouTube. Yeah, that is true. Why don't you, by the way, Hyper, why don't you dual stream on both YouTube and Twitch? I mean, I don't do it because of my internet. That's shitty, so I know why I can't do it. But most people, a lot of streamers do that. They dual stream. I don't like Twitch. So, question, guys, why is it that you guys don't like it? I never use Twitch. I only use Twitch on certain streamers that streams like exclusively on Twitch. But otherwise, like, is there a reason why you don't like Twitch? I'm just curious because I was at one point in time I was contemplating on whether I should use my YouTube channel just for content for videos and such, and then using Twitch for only for streams. Pretty much the way Hyper's doing it, right? So I was just curious to hear why that's the case. I don't know, man. I thought dealing with two chats might have been too much. Plus, I'm not sure about performance. Oh, C-Doom. Yeah, ads, no pause, no rewind. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Guys, could you tell me quickly, because I've never actually streamed, because I was thinking once the DLC trailer, if it does come up, I was thinking of streaming that instead of Dark Ages just while they showed the trailer. Could you guys tell me how I do that on OBS? Should I just like change to... I have to add another... Just give me a second. I have to add another source, right? And which source would that be if I wanted to stream off of YouTube? Sorry, guys. Like, would that be browser or what would that be? Browser or window capture or whatever? Like, do you guys know? CD, are you asking me if I have two monitors? If you're asking me, yes, I have two. Hey, Night Trap, what's up, man? Egg. Are you referring to Devo right now, Night Trap? Because that was a joke with on one of Devo's streams. I'm pretty sure just close the Dark Ages and drag the stream tab over to where you were streaming Dark Ages. There has to be another way, shouldn't there? When they release the DLC, it'll answer some of the questions people have for the Dark Ages. Yeah, I think it's going to answer. I think it's going to mainly answer a lot of questions regarding the link between Dark Ages and what's it called in 2016. I think Eternal's kind of retconned when it comes to story. I think they're trying to move away from that or trying to pretend it doesn't exist. But they're definitely going to explain the link between Dark Ages and 2016. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't see why one would need two monitors. Please explain. One for the game, one for the videos. Yeah, exactly. And as for me, like, it's one for the game and one for the chat. I would struggle if I didn't have two monitors. I can tell you that. For streaming, at least, I would really struggle. Can you go down? 2 monitors to maximize dopamine and avoid existential dread by drowning oneself in endless distraction and word gaming. That is exactly why everybody has. How about having 3 monitors? That's even better, right? Even more distraction and more dopamine. Springtrap, do you think Secret of the Mimic will get DLC? What's that? What's Secret of the Mimic? Did you know that when Hugo was asked about what happened between Doom 2016 and Eternal, he said that that was a whole other game? Yeah, so Doom, I think he's mentioned that, you know, once we get DLC 1 and maybe 2 for this game, he said that there's going to be at least another game or 2 that really explain what happens between Dark Ages and 2016. So I think there's a lot more story to tell there. So that's going to be interesting. Okay. Eternal's the GOAT. Yeah. I think one could argue that it is a better game. Okay, he's not. Didn't you say there will only be 1 DLC? Yeah, but I think there's been a bit of a tease that we're gonna maybe get a second as well. I think it depends on how well the first one does, to be honest with you. Dark Ages lacks content though. No XP to farm, no skins, no challenges, no multiplayer. It costs a shit ton. Yeah, but I agree, Hyper. That's the main one of the drawbacks of this game, right? It's a bit poor on the content side. I agree with you on that. I'm done with this challenge, aren't I? Yeah. So unfortunately, true, Hyper. Yeah. Dark Ages will get mod support and master levels eventually. Yes, we're definitely going to be getting that. I hear that there's... So rumors said, this is a bit of insider information that I have. Somebody told me. I can't say who it is, and I can't say how they know this, but somebody told me, somebody who's involved, who has, you know, a bit of a toe in software, that they're working on a master campaign. Just don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody I told you so, but they are working on... I'm saying this on a live stream, by the way. But they're working on a master campaign for the game. Dark Ages is good, but it's not Eternal. It's good, and you know, like the way I look at it, Stefan, is that they're 2 very, very different games. You know, one of them is very skill based, very, you know, very intense, very deep, very hard for me as somebody who likes to stream. Very hard to stream. Because like you really have to, you know, you have to give it your full attention. Dark Ages is still a very good game. It's a great Doom game. It's also intense, but less deep, less mechanically complex. Which for me, you know, when it comes to streaming and relaxing, you know, I like it too, right? So like I love both games in different ways. But I think if I had to rank them, I would put Eternal as number 1, Dark Ages is number 2, and then 2016 is number 3. Yeah. Honestly, they should have made the game a bit shorter, cut the Mech Dragon in half, and had a PvP multiplayer. So, Edward, I would say I half agree with what you're saying. I think they should have cut the Mech Dragon. I think that would have been made the game a lot better. However, a PvP multiplayer, I'm not sure how that would work, you know, with the shield in this game. Because the shield is very very PvE focused when you think about it, right? It's an AoE, it's a crowd control AoE stun mechanic, right? I'm not sure how that would work in a PvP setting. I'm just not sure. N-word gaming. Yeah, that name is well, by the way. Yeah, it is. One can play Riptorium for only so long. Yeah, but I agree. It's Riptorium for me. It's kind of lost its appeal for now, until they update it with new like with a new wave based system where you can customize really each wave like individually and these kinds of things. But right now, I'm kind of over Riptorium for now, to be honest with you. They shouldn't have added mech sliders. The old one is now the hardest fight in the game, man. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, it's... I don't even... So, Hyperusing, I don't even mess with the mech sliders. I just, like... I'll only mess with them for the Slayer. That's it, you know? Like, no fucking way. PvP multicode would suck, honestly, unless it was 1v1. Yeah, but still, even when we... Like, on V1, what do you do? Like, it'd be shield tossing the whole time to try to stun the other guy, right? That's what, like, unless they do like they did with 2016 where they add other mechanics to it, I don't know. But, like, the shield is what the issue is if you try to implement the PvP feature to this game, I think. Hyper, did you cry when the hard Brink of Death was added? Oh, yeah, fuck that. I cried. I can tell you that. Yeah. You can customize each wave. No. Yes, but I'm saying, like having, no. You can customize rounds, each round. But, like, waves within rounds, you can't customize. They're all the same right now. So, like, if within a round you have multiple waves, all waves are going to be the exact same wave. I'm talking about customizing each wave individually. That's what I mean. I died like 40 times on an old one fight. Yeah, it's like... It's not even a fun fight. I don't even like it. I also feel like the movement doesn't work for PvP. No, it doesn't. Because, Shield Bash is such an important mechanic in this game for movement that you would have to basically... Unless, there's fodder in the arena in 1v1, then you can Shield Bash onto fodder. But I just don't know how the whole shield toss... parry mechanic would work in PvP. Because parry would mean that you would have to use parryable attacks, right? As a Slayer. And what would those be? I don't know. I don't think it would work. I really don't think it would work. Let me just see, guys. Just give me a sec. Bear with me. I want to see if I can cast to the... just live stream the developer direct quick. In case something pops up. If you guys are if you guys are okay with that, with me just taking a little break and seeing what's happening. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to figure out how I can do this. Okay. Huh. These dimensions are not right. That's better. All right. Why does it go every time I try to put it in full screen? Fucking hell. OBS, why are you like this? There you go. Then I can close chat. And there we go. And now we're gonna...
They're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them.
You have to help me now with the
power
volume.
To do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of
How's the
different
volume, guys, compared to my voice? Is it too loud or is it not loud enough?
Skin tone, tattoos, and scars. So the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities gives us style-weaving combat.
Is this better?
Allowing you to show off your personal playstyle.
Yeah.
Against
how's this?
And large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat.
Better. Okay, perfect.
And
perfect.
heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your
so this is Fable, correct?
And deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing.
Are you guys excited for this game, or because like I know Fable, like I've never played Fable, but I know that it was a good game back in the day, right? But it seems to me like when I watch this, it just looks like another Unreal Engine 5 game. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like, right?
We're adding brand new enemies too.
It just looks like it's gonna run like shit.
A giant fire-breathing chicken.
It really looks like it's gonna run like shit. You know what I mean?
And defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting. So much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion.
Yeah, but Stefan, so just so you know, Stefan, like we're supposed to be getting.
The thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a
I'll be getting back to it. I just want to see if we'll be getting some DLC, DLC trailer for Doom: The Dark Ages. That's why I'm watching this.
That same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
I just don't want to miss it in case.
Getting married, having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion.
Yeah, don't worry, Stefano. Like, I'll get back on it. I just want to, because I have a feeling that after this, we'll be getting a DLC trailer. I'm pretty, I don't know.
Having a bunch more kids. Probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
But I mean, to be honest, I have no faith in this one.
Revolves around the people
in this
who
game.
live in Albion, who we call the living population.
Honestly, I doubt it
of
because they
them, and
probably
every
would have
single
said
one
id will
Each
be
of them
at the
has a name,
direct
a
if they were
role,
going to
a
show
daily
anything
routine,
like
and their
they
own
did for the game
personality.
itself. That's why I put
You could
emoji.
follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
So Edward Gaming, I think,
Then get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies.
because I
then go
because
home
I
to
know
bed.
there's people
What's
basically.
even cooler?
For example,
you can
do
talk
you
to
guys
every
know who
single one of
Midnight
them
is?
in fully voiced
Midnight is
conversations
very,
and
he's a
interact with them in loads
Doom
of
content
different ways.
creator, right? And
Maybe
he
the job
basically
they go to is
dedicated
working
his
for
whole
you
stream to
because you
this
hired them
with
to
the
work in one of
DLC
your
reveal
businesses.
as a title,
you?
right? For his
Working
stream.
hard?
How can I
And
help you,
he
boss?
basically has I know he has a foot in edit software, so he knows what's going to pop up,
Because
right?
you're the landlord.
And if
Or
he
maybe they're
dedicates
editors on
a
the stream.
stream to this,
Because you evicted
creating
them.
his very own thumbnail as well, like with DLC reveal and all that, I would doubt that they were, I would doubt he would do that without knowing for sure that they were going to reveal something. Does that make sense?
You're a legend.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
Very impressive.
So, I think
Morality has always been super important to Fable. That tension
yeah, Midnight, one of my
between good
favorite
and
Doom
evil
YouTubers. Yeah,
underpinned all
exactly.
of the original games.
He's so when
morality
it comes to
is
news
central
and,
to our
stuff
game
like
too.
that, I would
We
say
have a slightly
he's
different take
pretty,
on it.
I would say he's pretty reliable, right?
Isn't black and white.
So if he has a thumbnail with DLC reveal and he's dedicated a whole stream session to this, I'm sure it's because we're going to be getting something.
No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Midnight did this at the Game Awards.
Everything you do earns your
No way.
reputation.
Did he see Doom? Did he do this at the, really?
And
Did he?
every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things
Huh.
you did directly to them. They'll love you or
Okay,
hate you
guys,
for
like,
choices
if by
you
the end
made.
of Fable,
And they
if
will
by the end of
always
this
tell you
game
why.
we don't get,
Although,
if it's
usually
another
for the
game that they're
same
going to showcase for half an hour,
Our
then I'll
game
be
will
going
never
back
judge you.
to Doom.
But the people of Albion will, loudly.
Imbecile.
Your reputation is created by the choices you make. And you
Yeah,
are
best
going
not
to
get
make
your
a
hopes
lot
up.
of
Yeah,
them.
agreed.
Big choices,
Agreed.
little choices.
I'm just
moral
like-
choices, and some choices that will actually change the landscape.
Need to
of
comment or I
Albion
lose
for the
crown.
rest of your game. We call this idea "Your choices change the world." Let's give you an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character.
Oh,
named
man,
Dave,
these
who
things are
leaves
long.
a
I
small
forgot how
island
long
in
they
a
were.
village, who discovers a magical
They really go
blood
into
formula.
detail about everything.
He
My
accidentally
goodness.
turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately it will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare
Man,
him.
I have
If
zero
you
interest
kill
in this
him, his
game.
giant corpse
Oh
will
my
lie in
god.
the farmland
It's
just
like,
outside of town for the rest of the game.
And that is going to affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot of the villagers think about you.
Especially Dave's sister.
In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean
all
to
right,
you?
let's close this. Move on. Come on.
At Playground Games, we've built a pedigree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports cars, but this is a passion project for all of us here. Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common: a deep love for the franchise and a burning desire
No,
to
no
bring it
life
back.
run.
We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who
Oh,
have never
come
played
on,
the
come on,
series
come on.
before.
Are we
It's
done
been
with this?
great to finally tell you a little about the game we're making. There'll be much more to share as we get closer to our launch.
Yes.
I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026.
They seem like a decent group of. They seem like a decent
Thanks for watching.
dev company, right? But I just have zero faith in this game. I really, I couldn't give a shit. All right, next. Come on, guys. What are we getting next? Come on. Give it to me.
This is a multiplayer party brawler and is just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction.
Japan's car culture is one of the
All right, is this just a wrap up or what is it?
This location. Forza Horizon 6
I think that's going to be it, guys. I think we're not going to be getting anything today. That's yeah. So they're wrapping up.
You can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Okay, yeah. 4 games. We've seen them. Come on. Is there anything else? The fuck is this bullshit? Yeah, but I agree, man. I completely agree. All right. Well, at least we have an answer. No, no DLC trailer. Oh, man, I can't believe it.
What's happening, friends? Welcome to a live
Yeah, fuck off.
episode.
All right. All right, guys. Back to Doom. Yeah. That was bad. That was actually really bad, I have to say. Like, this was the perfect opportunity for them to show us something. I don't think we'll be getting it. Seriously, guys, this is I'm kind of disappointed because that means we're not going to be getting anything. We're definitely not going to be getting anything for May. Because had it been for May, we definitely would have gotten a trailer at this point. Oh, dear. Yeah. Fuck, that sucks. That really, really sucks. I think Xbox is afraid of the Slayer. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to it. Oh. There you go. Come on, give me back my fucking... Can you fucking die, bro? Fucking hell. Whew. This room. Yeah. That's what happens when you watch a fucking, fucking shitty Xbox developer direct streams that gives you nothing. I mean, it's, oh god, I'm disappointed by that. The silver lining is the longer they take to announce a release it, the bigger it will be. Yes, that's true. This arena is super hard on max sliders. Yeah, it is. Even on normal, I find it, you know, like, I still get caught off guard even on... I mean, these sliders are a bit harder, right? They're far away from max sliders, but still, like, I still get caught off guard. But still, like, I was really expecting them to announce something today. I'm really, like... found the pulverizer good for that room. Yeah, true. I just can't help myself but use the impaler. My disappointment is immeasurable. Yeah, but same thing here, man. I'm really like, it's a missed opportunity for them. Really, it's really a missed opportunity. It's like, you know, now people are just gonna basically be like, okay, you know, we're not gonna be getting Doom for a while now. Might as well move on to something else. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think they're taking a bit too long. What's good? Nothing been revealed. Yeah. So we just watched it. I put it on live. I was like, what the fuck are these games that they're showing us? You know, like, I was just watching this stuff and I was like, are we watching a kids show? You know what I mean? Like, really disappointed. Really disappointed. I just follow politics. Yeah, it's more exciting what's happening right now in politics compared to gaming. I can tell you that. There's more action happening. Sadly. Yo, David, what's up, man? Good to have you on. They need a lot of time. I think it's big DLC. I think they're aiming May or August. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Salim, had they released something today, had it been revealed today, I would have expected May. But since they haven't, I'm expecting later. Now that you know, I don't think it's going to happen. My inner Doomslayer is getting out of control because we didn't get a Dark Ages DLC trailer on that live stream. Yeah. Like, I'm very disappointed, actually. I was looking forward to today because I was thinking, you know, they have to release something. They have to give us something. You know, it doesn't even have to be a full trailer, a full 2-minute trailer. It could just be a teaser, you know, with 30 seconds of a cutscene with a release date, and that's it. And I would have been fine with that. I would have been like, okay, you know, there's progress, right? But I mean, right now there's nothing. There's just nothing at all. It's nothing burger. You know what I mean? Absolute nothing burger. So upsetting. At least a key art with title and release date would be good. Yeah, exactly, Salim. Like something, you know, like something. Just give us something. Make us want to look forward to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, nothing at all. Nope. Apparently they don't gotta give a shit. Apparently not. No. Apparently they're probably just too behind when it comes to development. You know. That's what I think it is. Doom Shadow of the Erdtree. That would have been an awesome. I'm also, you know, like we should at least get a title, man. Give us a title. What's the DLC gonna be called? You know what I mean? It takes real skill to play and read comments. Yeah, it's a skill. So let me tell you something, right? Stefan, is that when I first started, like the first time I streamed, I sucked at it, and it took me a while to really get into the rhythm of things. Whoops. Nope. Bro. God, man, I suck. I thought he was gonna. I was convinced that normally once you take down his armor, he staggers, and then you can just go ham on him with the melee. But apparently not today. I don't think it's gonna be after May because they already announced their new game in pre-production. It will not announce, but in job website, yeah. Wait, what happened? Yeah, so Hyperusin, like, normally I thought that, you know, once you, in my experience at least playing this game, in my 400 plus hours of playing this game, normally once you take down his armor, he's staggered for a few seconds, and that's a good time to go crazy on him with the melee, right? Full melee combo. In this case, he didn't, which means that he caught me halfway through my combo, and then I just messed up the whole thing, right? So that's what happened. But luckily, it's only like, what, 40 minutes to get there or something? It's not that far. What? Let me tell you something. Yeah. I died in my arrogance. That's why they're so quiet. They work hard to finish the DLC as fast as possible. Yeah, that's true. But again, you know, like if it was, I would rather they didn't do those streaming sessions every Thursday and just worked harder on it so they could give us the game sooner rather than later, you know? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the streams are after work hours. Yeah, that's true. What I'm saying is that basically they should just work after hours and give us a DLC rather than stream. But that's actually that's a very mean thing of me to say. That's a selfish thing of me to say. But it's just I just want more content for this game. You know, like I don't think we have it. I think we need more. Like just give us at least, you know. It's been almost a year now. We haven't gotten a single master level. You know. Do you care for Marvel movies and shows? I used to, but not anymore. I used to care like about the early Avengers movies and but it's been a while. I really don't like what they've done recently with the franchise. Though I have a bit of faith for I have a bit of faith that Doomsday is going to be decent because they're bringing back all the old cast. You have to know only 100 devs working on this game. Yeah, but you're absolutely right, Salim. I'm just being tough on them. I'm just being tough because like I'm just like, come on, give us something. Like when you release a base game, like a game where you know that they're going to be making DLC, you just expect a bit more. I don't know. Not have to wait a year before you get DLC for a game. I think that's a long time to wait, right? Especially when for Eternal we got, even though Eternal's DLCs were like very, yeah, a lot of things can be said about those, right? But I mean, because you know they feel incomplete in some ways, but at least we got them quick. Like, I think id Software also, I'm sure they're very unhappy with how, what the hell is happening here? Thank you. And I know that, what the fuck? Something missing here? Oh, did I not? There was one guy left here. Fucking hell. Where is he? Die. So yeah, so if id Software are disappointed by how quickly the hype around this game faded, you know, by how quickly people forgot about it, like they can't allow themselves to take forever on a DLC. If they really want to reignite this game's like popularity, I mean, yeah, gotta hurry up. But they're probably doing something huge, I know that, but I mean, oh my god, come on, you fuck up. Oh, great. This is really my day. You seem like a cool YouTuber. Thanks, Stefan. I really appreciate that, bro. That's always good to hear. That's always I'll take that as a really cool compliment. Appreciate it. It'd be nice if they at least could come out and said, yeah, we're going to be waiting a while for reveal instead of pure silence, considering people have paid for the DLC already. Exactly, like we've paid for this. Exactly, we're just, yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, for the people who bought the premium version of this game, they should really, though legally they don't have to, but I just, just to keep the hype around this game, they should do it, like just stay tuned, we're working on this and you can expect it around this time, like that kind of thing, right? But it's just been radio silence. Is it really only 100? Surprisingly low, but I hope that's true because bigger teams make shit games. Yeah, N-word. They really do. AAA, like these big AAA companies, they just make slop. Like, look at Call of Duty. Like, look at that game. Look how, it's a huge production and, they have to pump out a new Call of Duty game every year. So you just know that the amount of you know, the size of the team has to be comprehensive for them to pump it out, to pump a new Call of Duty game every year. And look what they're getting. Like, it's absolute, it's trash. It's absolute trash. Tag 1 was great. Tag 2 was felt unfinished. That's because they were working in Tag 1 before the game release. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And because work from home affected, productivity, yeah, during COVID, during the Tag 1 days, that is correct. It def hires a lot of modders already. Like the guy who made the Cyber Demon spikes. Yeah, I know they hired Kaiser. I know they hired Simplu. Those two, I know those two hires. I just don't know. Is there anybody else that they've hired that I don't know of? But those two I know of, yeah. Ubisoft claimed Assassin's Creed Shadows Mirage was, wow, quadruple A games. Wow, okay. Yeah, and look at the result of those. Like, yeah. And don't forget the shit graphics we got because they'll always rush it. Yeah. Everything now is Unreal Engine 5, right? Like, to me, one of the most terribly optimized graphics engines you can find. It's absolutely, it's just, And obviously, like, you know, being able to develop a game based on that engine just speeds everything up, right? So it's all about getting the game out as fast as possible and making the most out of it, making the most money out of it, right? I can't stand every time I see a game that uses like Unreal Engine, especially 5. 4 is still okay. 4 runs okay, but 5 is like I just cringe at it. I miss the normal sliders. I can't wait to finish this and go back to my roots. Yeah. Like, so, you know, Hyper, just so you know, like, I'm far away from being on mass sliders, but just having 300 damage to player, what I'm doing right now, it just completely changes how I approach the game. It really changes everything. I really try to, I'm playing way more, you know, I'm playing very carefully, right? I'm trying to keep a distance. I'm, you know, like, for example, using Heat Blast. I wouldn't do, right? So, yeah. Hyper isn't in Massachusetts, so he definitely is. Currently, 903 is being talked about. I never played it, but I'm interested in trying. I've actually never played any Neo game. But I've heard it's very hard. I heard those are very hard games. Like, so, and I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out on the whole Souls franchise thing. Not Souls franchise. I mean the Souls-like genre. Like, I think there's way too many of them. Okay, now I've grabbed the gold, at least. Let's go back. Id Software is actually my dream job. Yeah, same thing here, man. I'd love to work there, 100%. Well, everything looks unoptimized compared to IdTech. Yeah, though IdTech 8, so this game, I feel like it does have some optimization issues, though. But IdTech 6 and 7, especially 7. 6 was 2016. It did have some issues. 7 was very well optimized. Like Doom Eternal was an extremely well optimized game. That's for sure. It'd be bad if the DLC released on close date of the game. I think it will be releasing, to be honest with you, Superman Power. I think it's going to be releasing at least earliest is going to be May now. Now that we've got no release trailer, it's going to be mid-May earliest. Yeah, it takes engines on top, yeah. On my 500% run, there's like an 18 minutes time loss because I play differently. Yeah, there you go. Because you have to be a bit more conservative, you know, especially on, you know, max sliders. No, yeah, a 500% damage, you have to just keep a distance. You have to try to take things out as soon as they spawn and keep a distance, right? So knowing the spawns is a huge benefit on those sliders. But they go in for bad direction, or for some people with next IdTech ray tracing and also path tracing going to be forced. I don't want to say forced, but they're going to fuck. If it's forced path tracing, then forget it. Like, I'm not going to upgrade my PC again. Fuck no. Path tracing, if I enable path tracing right now on this computer, I go down to like 50 FPS or so. Hell no. That's exactly the right direction. It's all about pushing the limits. Yes, it is, but like, I think it's a bit too early to push it the way they're pushing it right now. To be honest with you, Wobot. I think Wobo. I think it's yeah. Ray tracing, I understand why, but I don't know about yeah. Ray tracing, I also understand why, because like it helps them a lot in their dev cycles. It speeds up the process. But for us, it just makes, like, had this game not had ray tracing, I would have been able to get this game running at 200 FPS easily, right? So it's a bit disappointing from that perspective. IdTech is the best threaded engine in terms of CPU usage on Earth. No other engine actually spreads the word over cores as well as IdTech. Yeah, but I agree with you on that. Like, you know, even IdTech 8 for me, even though I prefer IdTech 7 for, you know, like for as far as I'm concerned, you know, with the games that I played on IdTech 7, which was Eternal, I prefer the performance on Eternal compared to this game. I think ray tracing is really demanding in this game, right? But otherwise, IdTech overall, like, yeah, it's an amazing engine. I would choose it over any other, yeah. I mean, on Mass Sliders, there's also the issue of low resources plus half damage animes. Yeah, exactly. So you have to really, all of a sudden, resource management becomes more of an issue, right? On a Mass Sliders, you really have to sort of make every shot count, and you know, you have to time your melee almost becomes like the chainsaw in Eternal, where you have to time it correctly to get all your ammo back as efficiently as possible, right? It's funny how Halo fans first assume the Doom games are copying Halo, and that the Slayer would lose against Master Chief, even though Doom has been around since 1993, and Doomslayer would beat Master Chief. Yeah. Today's Doomslayer would beat Master Chief. However, the Doom Marine of OG Doom would probably not beat Master Chief. Those are, you know what I mean? Like, I have to make the difference there. Same dude, I was able to make a repetition in studio. Almost everyone know me. But still no luck with hiring. So Liam, it's gonna happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, it is gonna happen. Like, yeah, they're definitely gonna need you at some point, given, you know, your experience with IdTech, and come on. It is going to happen. Where's the next trigger demon? Where the fuck is he? Am I missing something here? Oh, there you go. There you go. I think it just wanted to get ahead of the curve with the ray tracing because the industry is headed that way anyway, and hardware is getting better at handling it. Yeah, true. But we're still, I think, there's a problem is most people today don't have the hardware necessary to run this game, you know, properly, right? And that's also why it kind of financially it didn't do as well because of that, I think. At least on PC. Consoles, I don't know. And Game Pass, I don't know. It is extremely exclusive, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, at least with this game, right? They're excluding a lot of people who don't have RT, who don't have an RT 8 VRAM graphics card, right? So, hey, Lightweight, what's up, man? Good to have you on. No DLC trailer in Xbox Showcase. Yeah. So, Lightweight guy actually streamed it half an hour ago, and we had to look at it live, and everybody was like, "Fuck this shit! Why are we getting all this slop, but not actual DLC news? It's awful." Could it be a DI higher if I ask nicely? Could I be a DI higher if I ask nicely? And id Software, I don't think so. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe what's it called? What's the big? Is it Naughty Dog? Aren't they? Isn't Naughty Dog a huge DI higher place? Aren't they? 50% less damage to demons make certain weapons upgrade most worthless. Flail became weak, but gauntlets become most valuable. It makes us punch frequently for increased damage. Yeah, like until you get the Dread Mace later in the game, I would say gauntlets are usually the way to go for damage. Flail is good if you feel if you don't feel confident. Unoptimized doesn't necessarily mean runs bad on all machines. No. I agree with you on that. But I think, like, on my machine, for example, which should be able to handle this game very well, I still get a lot of frame drops in areas that I shouldn't get frame drops in. Like, there are more optimization issues compared to other id Tech titles, I feel. But it's still, I mean, it is, like, compared to the other engines we have out there, compared to UE5 and... It runs super well, right? But the batch tracing isn't necessary. Ray tracing gives the artist what they want. Yeah, exactly. Like ray tracing is a great dev tool, obviously. But path tracing, that's more for the consumer, and you know, people would rather play the game on a decent FPS rather than having path tracing. I think most people would. Yeah. Okay, where's that Night Baron? There he is. And obviously, the fucking barrel has to explode. Why does Ricochet have to explode barrels? Hyper, could you explain that to me? Why does Ricochet always explode barrels? It's just retarded to me. They should remove that. Can you? Fucking hell, man. Can you? Yeah, thank you. Behave. Jesus Christ. I doubt they'll enforce path tracing if there's no benefit to them. Yeah, that I think that's a good point. You know, we can expect ray tracing from now on for every forced ray tracing for each for every new entry. But I think that's going to be the big jump, and we're not going to be getting any other huge jump now for the next at least 10 years. I think. Let's see what comes up next, right? This new whatever new tech it is, but yeah. Probably going to be some AI shit, some AI slop of some sort. Bye, Stefan. Take care, man. See you soon, hopefully. I don't know what path tracing is, but my brother was making my settings in TDA the best they can be. He saw that I had path tracing on and said turn that shit off right now, so it can't be. Yeah, no, for sure. Like you need that shit off. It just tanks performance. It really does. It's crazy what it does to performance. It's a gimmick, It's a gimmick to, like, people want to play this game on really, like, on 4K and everything, to max. Like, it's yeah, sure, it looks good, but it looks like shit. Minus 90% performance. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. Like, I lose half the frames I have right now on screen. I lose half of them when I go path tracing. Okay. Companies, especially entertainment companies who invest a lot of AI, they're basically going to self-destruct. Yeah. I hope they do. They seem to take the consumers down with them. Yeah. It's absolute. But I mean, what they've been doing and how that's been affecting, computer hardware prices. It's been shocking. It's been these greedy tech companies. Like, seriously, it's fuck them. Morals and ethics in corporations, like those things don't mix very well. I can tell you that. What does path tracing exactly do? Actually, do ask Salim. Salim will give you a full, detailed explanation of what that does. What's missing? All you ever need is 1440p and as high a frame rate as possible with medium graphics. Yeah, like I'd be happy with that. Like I'm on 1440p right now. I know I'm not streaming in 1440p, but I'm gaming at 1440p. Seriously, like if I was guaranteed like even, you know, like 144 FPS on medium settings, I'd be super happy. That's all I need. I could even crank it down to low settings if I really, if I'm really like unhappy, right? But it's yeah. Oh man, am I? Yeah, fuck. Okay, I'm good. Can't have ethics with capitalism. No, you can't. Apparently not. No. Recently did another playthrough of Ari Remake on hardcore. It was too fun. That game is so good. Yeah, Lightwing. It's one of my favorite games actually. And the remake is so. Actually, like for me, Resident Evil 4, the OG. It was actually for me was one of my favorite games ever. And then I was like, huh. I was skeptical about RE4 Remake, but as soon as I finished it, I was like, actually, I think I prefer Remake. I think I prefer it. You know, like the boss battles have changed and they're better in my opinion. And wow, it's such a good game. And I'm actually looking forward to the RE9, the Requiem game that's coming out in a month or so. I think. Yeah, it's in a month. That's gonna be cool. So that's one I'm gonna get for sure. Best way to explain it, just make everything move in game like real life, real life lighting in objects. Yeah. Realistic lighting in objects. Personally, I don't care about that at all. Shit. Yeah, neither do I. Couldn't give two shits about that. Ravager's still trying to get used to this weapon. The Ravager is the Ravager was really OP when the game first released. So, but it's been patched since. Oh fuck! When the game first released, like the Ravager was OP. Like it was a boss killer. It was insane what it could do. It was such a powerful weapon. But now it's like it's been nerfed quite a lot, so it's not as interesting anymore. The Ravager is the absolute worst on max sliders. Gosh, that slowdown is insanely bad paired with fast projectiles and the drops. Yeah, do nothing on low resources. Yeah, exactly. Even the combat shotgun is better. Yeah. A good way to see which weapon is good is to play the game on max sliders, you know, and then figure out which one, you know, which weapon works best. That's a good way to do it, right? It's a good measure. Why can't they bring back Amazing Doom games instead? We got terrible games. We're even lucky if we got an... Yeah. I mean, Springtrap, are you saying that the modern titles are bad? The Pulverizer is also terrible. It's so risky. You have to be close and keep firing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pulverizer is not my jam at all. The only benefit I see to it is like for speed running, of course, which I don't do, but like it's the whole you know, the whole melee thing that helps you go faster with it, right? It speeds it up. But otherwise, I really don't see the benefit to the Pulverizer at all. I think companies should focus more on making the game fun than look more realistic. Yeah, I completely agree with you. But sadly, that's kind of the direction all gaming companies are heading in, right? They're trying to make the game as realistic looking as possible. For speedrunning, you only need. Wait, I just have to. Yeah. Oh, good. That's a great start. Oh man, what am I doing? Yeah. Fuck. Okay, Nightmare Emperor, yeah. There you go. Christ, man. Oof. I'm talking about other games, not Doom. Doom will be amazing. Okay, got it. Springtrap, yeah. But you're right in the sense that a lot of modern games that come out are just bad. They're just I completely agree. And most of them are. Like I've really been for the past 5 years since Eternal came out. I've been really disappointed by the AAA space. When it comes to new releases, really disappointed actually. Modern games are good. Even Dark Ages is still a great game. Yeah. But to me, Dark Ages is the exception. Like I find a lot of modern games not to be very good. Or maybe it's just a taste thing. But I just feel like, how to put this? I feel like also there's a lot of politics involved in games today. And that makes me very biased. I'll automatically dislike a game that's woke by nature. I really don't like that, because that means that I'm being fed political messages in my video games, which are to me, video games are supposed to help me escape from all that, you know, as a way to. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Fucking. We used to get 3 to 5 amazing games per year, but now we get 1 if we're lucky, and at most 3 gay games, which is below amazing. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, just as reference, just look at the Game Awards this year, right? Claire Obscure, like, never played it, not my type of game at all. But just look at the political. I find that, like, you know, that looks to me like a very woke game. I may be wrong, but it really, that's what it feels like to me. And then Hades 2 winning Best Action Game. like very woke game. I played Hades 2. I played it, so I can tell you that it's a very woke game again. And while the games are probably good, it just bothers me that they have that political messaging embedded in them. You know what I mean? Like it's something that really, yeah, really bothers me. And what I like about Doom is that there's none of that. It's a video game. It's an action video game where you have fun and it's, you know, and you feel powerful, and that's it. Nothing else. Like, what else do you need, you know? Not biased. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of games flop for that reason, pushing agenda. Yeah, but that's what I mean. You know, like people are tired. Like a lot of people are tired of it. A lot of people are. I'm not the only one. You know. Politics is probably more irrational than religious fundamentals. Yeah, especially right now it is. I'm talking about the flat Earth type. Yeah. I mean, flat earthers are pretty much the same thing as you know, saying that a man can be pregnant, right? Because there's people who think that today. It's the same kind of the rationale is the same as, you know, talking, you know, like it's going against science and going against knowledge that's been accumulated over, you know, hundreds of thousands of years. And just having your ideology and sticking to it even though it makes no sense. That to me, that's what it is to me, right? The worst game from the 2000s is 300 times better than any woke piece of shit. Yeah, 100%. When I look back at like games that weren't very good back in, you know, when I was a teenager, you know, like, you know, the GameCube, PS2, even the PS3 era, games that weren't good back then, like, were still better than the average games that come out today. You know what I mean? They still felt like they still felt like they were worked on. They felt like they were a piece of art in a way, right? Because they still had their own identity, and the people who made them were passionate about them, and they had time to make them as well. You know, it's not like today where you have these big corporations that are basically that own all these game dev companies, and, you know, they're telling them, yeah, we have investors behind us, and we need to get this game out by this point in time. And if we don't, we'll be losing this much money. And then if we do, you know, it might end up having, you know, we might end up having to close your dev company, right? So it's this kind of, it's a bit sad what it's become, right? I don't mind the diversity, talking about a game trying to force you into an agenda. Yeah. Like, yeah. Let's talk about Hades. Have you played Hades, C-Doom? Because I don't want to say it on stream, but it pushes a lot of stuff onto you instead of NG4. So yeah, you probably mean Ninja Gaiden 4 or Doom TDA. Not gonna lie, some people take it too far talking about people who hate the woke games. They take it too far. They lose their minds because they play as black character. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Sadly, I wouldn't go that far, but there's other things, and again, this is getting way too political, and I don't want to get into that stuff, right? But I'm just saying that there's, without mentioning what's being mentioned exactly, but there's certain things where I really feel like there's a political agenda that's being pushed onto me when I'm playing a video game, and I don't think that's a place. There's no place for that when you're playing video games. There shouldn't be, at least, because it's supposed to be a place where you forget about all that. There's nothing woke about Hades 1 or 2, whatever LGBTQ stuff you see. It's connected via lore and it makes sense. In Greek mythos, people always make wokeness a big deal. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But even when devs do it in subtle and organic manner. Possibly, man. But I don't know. I'm afraid if the DLC is about playing as Commander Valen and no Slayer, please don't do that. No, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna be playing as the Slayer. Don't worry about that. About men being pregnant isn't like a scientific in a way. I mean, if your definition of man is someone who can't be pregnant, then of course it's gonna sound irrational if there isn't nuance in this. Because of course it sounds like crazy primal fashion, but I don't know, man. I think a lot of disagreement comes from bad definitions. Yeah, that's also probably true. Especially philosophy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of companies push agenda in their stories. Big example, The Last of Us Part 2. It's really bad. Yeah, there you go. You know, it's... And sometimes, you know, you feel... Sometimes it's very obvious, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's a bit more subtle, and I prefer it if it's subtle in that case, you know? But when it's too obvious, I don't like it. Can you... Oh, great. What? Why did that one disappear? Okay. Can you... What? Okay. Interesting. This is the weirdest fight, very fight I've done. Thank you. Fucking hell. That was a slog. Yeah, they do. It's annoying. I hate that modern games are trying to push their way into thinking and opinions onto you. Yeah, but that's yeah. More obvious is more fun to laugh at, but it's more subtle. It's more dangerous because people will accept it without realizing. Yeah, that's also true. But if you're mature enough and you know, and not easy to fool, let's put it that way, then it's okay. But like if it's more, if it's subtle in a manipulative way, then I agree with you. That's super. That's plain toxic, right? What did you guys think about, by the way? What did you think about the Last of Us, the TV show? ...2020, The Last of Us 2 Game Award. Yeah, that was... Yeah. Alright, let's go on this path here. Naughty Dog bought Game of the Year in 2020, just like E3. Yeah. Though I'm not sure Expedition 33 would have been able, you know, they're like an indie developers. I'm not sure they would have been able to financially buy the Game Awards, but Naughty Dog a bit more likely. Maybe a bit of corruption there. Who knows? Yeah, there's a lot of mindless propaganda as well. Yeah. Ellie's actor looked like an egg. Yeah. There's a huge... I just remember seeing so many memes about that on social media. Seeing Ellie and, you know, like the... Just, and having her face be an egg. Poor girl, my god. I played The Last of Us last year, and oh my god, the story was so bad. Like, I don't know what all the obsession is, entertainment industry, to make their good plots revolve around gender identities. So, Lightwing, you know, you told me earlier you just told me earlier that you sort of didn't see what was woke about Hades 1 and Hades 2, right? So, for example, that's something about the Last of Us. I haven't played the video game, but I've watched the TV show. And I think there was way too much identity politics in the TV show. It's just, to me, that was forced onto me, you know? Having Ellie, you know, with the other girl. Remember when the other girl, you know, she gets pregnant because she sleeps with this other guy, and Ellie says, because they're together at that point, they're dating, and Ellie says, "I'm going to be a dad. I'm sorry, but that's, for me, that's crossing the line. That's way too much." You know what I mean? And that's confusing also for, you know, like, let's say you're a 10-year-old kid. You probably shouldn't be watching The Last of Us as a 10-year-old kid, but still, like, that could happen. That confuses kids when they see stuff like that, right? And it's just, it's dangerous territory. You know what I mean? Like, same thing happened in Stranger Things season 5. Yeah, that's also true. Yes. By the way, what did you guys think about the season 5 of Stranger Things? I was very disappointed by it. I didn't like it. All I know about that show is that they ruined the poor girl Carrier who plays as Ellie. Yeah, they did. They really did. The Last of Us 1 was really good, though. One of the best, one of the great stories in game. Yeah, I don't know the story. I don't remember, but I remember season 1 of The Last of Us. The TV show was good. So I haven't played the game, so I have no clue. But at least season 1 was good. I see so many people shit in that actor. I feel bad for her. She's just a young girl. Yeah, but I feel the same way. Like, poor girl. Like, she's playing a role, right? That's all she's doing, and she can only do so much. Well, they're hardly indie developers. They were backed by Microsoft, and so many of the devs had years and years of experience. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they were... Okay, I thought the E33 devs were indie. I didn't know that. Okay. People have lost their minds bullying a kid online. Yeah. But that's the modern world, man. People are very good at... It's very easy to bully people now. Cyberbullying is, you know... That's the thing today, right? Ouch. Okay. Oh, I thought I killed you. What the fuck? Alright, let's see if this goes better. Man. One hit and I'm almost dead. Okay. Yeah, The Last of Us gender... Let me see, I'm just going to do this quick. The Last of Us gender stuff is too forced on audience, shoving it audience throats. Yeah, people find the show are annoying and don't like the character. Just don't watch it. Yeah, that's it. Blizz come out of scene was longer than the final fight of the show. Hey man, how's the UN run going? It hasn't been going too well actually. I died just actually earlier in this level, so I've just gotten back to it now. So hopefully it goes better. But thanks for asking, man. Season 5 was very disappointing. They actually got disqualified from the Indie Game Awards. Okay. But Season 5 was very disappointing. Yeah, but I totally agree with you. I really... I thought the final episode was very, like... It's kind of weird how... I don't want to spoil anything, but it's kind of weird how the main villain... How he dies so suddenly, you know what I mean? And how there's still an hour left and nothing happens. It's kind of weird, very strangely paced, I feel. Can't you like explain to your kids that there are edge cases though? I remember as a kid I didn't really care that much about these things, but I can see why parents would be afraid of this stuff. Yeah, but I can see that too. I just watched one episode from season 5 and that's it. Yeah, there's like it was very disappointing. For me at least. Right. Like we're the demo dogs. Yeah, we don't see them much. We don't see them much. That's true. And they're also a lot weaker in this. Like, you know, they die quite too easily in a way. You know what I mean? Like, there's something off about that. In season 1 and 2, like they were threats. In season 5, all of a sudden they can kill them with ease, right? Because the thing in is reality really is much more freaky than black and white. It gets really weird when you start to look into stuff. Yeah, it sure does. Especially these days, at the moment, at least. At least the year ended with a good movie, Predator Badlands. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it. I just wasn't sure about it because the last movie, was it Prey? With the young girl who fights the Predator? I wasn't a huge fan of that. I was like, I kind of found it weird how a young little girl could beat a predator. So yeah, I'm still wondering why cyber demons have wings now. I think they're gonna be adding another. I think the wings, from what I've heard in the DLC, are gonna be. They're gonna have a function, if I remember correctly. Wow, I've never seen that attack before. Interesting. It's amazing how you can capture lightning in a bottle and then ruin it with the finale. Yes, I completely agree. And that's something we've seen in several shows. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen Lost, the TV show Lost. It's an older TV show. It came out in the mid-2000s. That's a TV show that started amazingly and then ended up being a catastrophe. And now, you know, people don't even know about it because, like, the ending just ruined the whole thing. Like, the whole series is ruined because of the ending. I just watched it 2 days ago. Predator Badlands was great. Easily could be a great game premise too. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I should give it a go. Is it on Disney? Is it like, which streaming service is it on? I'd love to watch that. Have you seen any of the major DLC leaks? No, I have not. I have not, no. All I know is that, I mean, there's stuff like about the armor that I know about. I know we're going to be getting a spear that's going to have a function of some sort. I know the game is going to be way more focused on first-person cutscenes like in 2016. I know it's going to tie into the story about Valen and his kid. That I know as well. So, I mean, these are not leaks. These are things that, you know, like, that Hugo teased about quite often, right? So, these are things that we already know. Is it true that Cyber Demons are going to have new attacks? Yes, that's been confirmed. There's going to be an attack where they flap their wings or something like that. And that's going to be a patch, apparently. Okay, I thought it was going to be as part of the DLC. It was a while ago, and I don't really want to say that it was because it was story related for the people who don't really want to be spoiled. Okay, yeah. I think it's a Disney now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, then I'll definitely give it a chance. I'll give it a go. What Dark Ages needs most is not the new enemy attacks. They need new demons. It should have the double the enemy roster now. Yeah, and I think, you know, they're not going to do it, but I really think that they should rework the Kako demon. I think he's by far the most boring and annoying demon to fight in the game. He's so there's no point really in fighting him. There's nothing to learn there at all about, you know, parry windows and, you know, timings and all that. It's so boring. Yeah, then obviously, yeah, the Archvile is coming as well. He's joining the roster. Maybe the Pain Elemental. There's also been leaks, not leaks, but like rumors about that as well. Though I'm not sure if Flying Demons work well in this game, if I'm very honest with you. I think, like, you know, if they removed Kako Demons, the game would be as good. You know what I mean? They don't improve the game in any way, I think. They're not going to end that era with DLC. Hugo confirms that. Yeah, there's going to be more games in the deals in the Dark Ages era. That's something that we know, right? Yeah. I hope they don't introduce Thea as a playable character as the way they introduced and showcased her in base game story. I don't want to play. No. Don't. Lightwing, that's not, like, I have the same opinion about that as you do. And don't worry, that's not going to happen. We're going to be playing as a Slayer. If you have to play as Thea, I think that's going to cause riots. I think somebody's going to go and burn. People are going to go burn Hugo's house down. You know what I mean? Like, it's that's not. They would not risk that. That would be too. That would not be a Doom game anymore. In a Doom game, you play as the Slayer. That's it. Nobody else. Okay. I think it's the Acolyte, personally. That's also very boring, like, uninteresting demon to fight. You just have to chase him down. You have to kill his clone first, then you have to go for him. It's a bit tedious. I also agree on that. Yeah. I made a joke once in Hugo's stream. I said that if you're going to play as a Doomslayer in the DLC, Hugo replied to that saying he won't answer that. That's kind of scary. Oh, man. Oof. Ah, Celine, don't tell me that. Oh, man. That's going to be... Oof. That's worrisome. That's worrisome, yeah. It would be very strange if they started, like, you know, having more playable characters in a Doom game. That would scare the shit out of me. It wouldn't make sense. I don't think they would dare to do that though. That would be stupid. That would be suicide, you know. I hate the Cackle Demon doing his little dumbass instant lightning bolt attack too. It's reason enough for it rework. Yeah, removal. Yeah. Like I think it has to be reworked. I wouldn't remove it, but what I'm saying is that if he was removed, it wouldn't hurt the game. The game would still be as good. But I think if he could be reworked, that would be good. I think. Yeah. I don't know what that would look like, but I mean, for example, why are they spending their time reworking the Cyber Demon, adding, you know, attacks to his wings or whatever, when, you know, he is fine the way he is? Why not work on the Cackle Demon instead and rework something there? You know what I mean? Like Theory getting her Wraith powers, the dagger stuff, ground tentacles. Oh my god, man. Please, God, no. Don't scare me now, Lightwing. That's, I don't want to hear that. Did you already play this game yesterday? What do you like, or what do you like it or something? Yeah. Dude, where are we going now? Yeah, like it's my everyday game. What can I say? I'm guilty. Hugo fucks with us with his answers all the time. Don't take it too hard. Yeah. No. I know, but like, I can understand if they make a spin-off game where we play as someone else, but in the main series, it would ruin it. Yeah, for sure. Like, if they make a spin-off, that's totally fine. But having a Dark Ages DLC where you no longer play as the Slayer, and you know, no way. I don't think that would work. No way. Or destroy the Acolyte's code. Yeah. They should make it so that a shield throw destroys the Cackle Demon fence and gives you a brief window to shoot it or something. Yeah, something like that, you know, like something with or parryable. How about parryable fences? You know, fences that are parryable. You know, that way you can parry his face like 3 or 4 times in a row. I don't know, because like they come out in quick succession. So maybe if you could parry them quickly one after the other, maybe that could be something. I don't know, but plays as third-person Theor, just slam the ground and kill demons. Oh man, that would be horrible. What if there's just a companion NPC? We don't want no NPCs in this game. I don't want any NPCs of any sort. Fuck that. Hell no. I'd play as Theora, just give me a big Wraith tentacle whip to slap a Cyber Demon to death. Ugh. Yeah, it just doesn't fit, you know, the Doom. Just doesn't really fit the Doom franchise though, playing as... Okay, they're dead. Agalaxia is so buggy. To be honest, with those AoEs, or their code needs to be reworked. Yeah, but I mean, I think a few, like, also whiplashes need to be reworked, I think. Like, it's just annoying that basically you can't really attack them until they come out of their slithering animation. I think that's annoying. Caco demons have to be reworked. I think parrying Hell Knights is also something that feels so super awkward at times. That has to be reworked. Like, there's a few things, like, where I'm like, come on, guys. You could do better, you know? So, yeah. Let me play as the intern from Eternal peak gameplay. Yeah. He was a good NPC. I mean, not an NPC, he was just a cool character, right? Every time she got attacked, she will scream, "Slayer, help!" Oh my god, man. Like Resident Evil, you know, with Ashley in RE4, you know, where, you know, when she's escaping from those zombies that are stuck, you know, inside of knights. Oh man, same shit. Remember how shocked I was in Eternal in the part 1 where Dark Lord was revealed that he looked like the Slayer, and I was more shocked in part 2 where it was revealed that he was God as well. Yeah, I mean, Tag 1 and Tag 2 are story-wise, you shouldn't pay attention to them, you know, especially Tag 2. That was a mess from a story perspective. Tag 1 though, Tag 1 was an amazing DLC. I loved Tag 1. Really, I loved it. I believe they'll integrate more old style glory kills, etc. in DLC with new melee weapon. I can see that that's happening because of all glory kill complaints. Yeah, but aren't glory kill, you know, like, weren't they like basically, you know, what the fuck? Okay, that was a glory kill. There you go. Oh yeah, bro. There you go. Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, glory kills, I feel, were taken away from this game for a reason. They're only optional right now. You can do them by jumping over an enemy and doing them. Because I feel like there's so many enemies that you're fighting at once now. Like, the battlefield is very different. I think if you had to have glory kills for each enemy, if you had to go into that animation every time, it would feel tedious. You know what I mean? So I think I'm totally fine with executions. I feel like it's really great for the pace of the game. It really speeds things up. So I don't have any complaints there. I can see long-range spear glory kills. That's possible. Yeah, like for that function only, I'd be fine with that. Give me that God of War Ragnarok type stuff. They could be going for that, yeah.
The ships are refueling, sire.
Something like that, yeah. Spear was so fun in Ragnarok. Never got tired of using it. Actually, that's a game I've never given a go, but I probably should at some point. God of War, like 2018, and then Ragnarok. Yeah. That's something I could get into at some point. The funny part about the main bad guys in each Doom game, think they're strong enough to beat the Slayer, but they get proven wrong every time. Yeah. Yeah. And the, well, you know, like, the, what's it called? The only thing is, you know, with the, in Tag 1, remember where, you know, where you don't kill Sammer at the end, you let him get away? That's the only time where I didn't feel satisfied with that, beating that boss. Come on. Ah, fucking soldier. Come on. What's funny about Tag 2 is that Doom Guy fights Doom Guy and Doom Guy loses while Doom Guy wins. Yeah. I mean, but the lack of imagination though for that final fight in Tag 2 is just it's so sad how that ended. Like it was supposed to be the big finale for Doom Eternal, you know, as a game, and it just failed, right? They really rushed it. You can really feel it. Yeah. You'll get bored of it. Ragnarok pacing is awful. Only thing that carried me was the combat. Yeah, but that's also like I've read a lot of mixed things about Ragnarok, to be honest with you, and that was one of them. Don't listen to Lightwing about Ragnarok. That stuff is speak. You should try it. Yeah, but I will at some point. I definitely will at some point. Dude, I just said based on what kind of games Vidaz usually plays, but otherwise most people will find it fun. Yeah. But I like as soon as you force a lot of story and cutscenes down my throat, then I get frustrated, right? See, like what the fuck is that? See, like can you guys explain to me why? Come on. Yeah. Come on, come here. There you go. Come on. Come on. Yeah. God, man. Fuck these guys. The buggiest, one of the buggiest AI in the fucking game. They're so annoying to fight. It's crazy. I remember when I played 2016, I got jump scared by an imp. Yeah, that's not surprising. The game was leaned more into a bit of horror, you know what I mean? It was a bit more like it reminded me a bit of Doom 3 in many ways, like the level design, the whole the atmosphere, like it really did. Farm this guy for... Come on, jump. There you go. What the hell? go. Doom 3 has the best hell in the series, and I will stand by that until a better one comes or I die. Don't you think? I think if I had to, I would say this game really has a good hell though. Can you fuck off, bro? It's not just speedrunning, it's the fact that it's super unsafe to get it on. Yeah, it is. Like this, you know, this level doesn't get me super nervous at all, like, because I know it so well. What always gets me nervous is the whole Hell Knight parrying thing, because they're so inconsistent. They're so... Oh, fucking hell, can you... Yeah. They're so inconsistent as AI, right? They just... And obviously, like, especially if you're on high damage sliders, if you miss a parry and they break your shield and they hit you again, you're almost dead, right? It's we're in this game for 4 out of 22 levels, yeah. But I mean, that's why I have to do this over several. It would almost be better for me if I did this in one go. That way I would, like, you know, I would have momentum going for me, and it wouldn't feel, because, like, I always feel like every time, you know, let's say I stop here after this, and then Siege Part 2, I go in cold. Like tomorrow, for example, I'm gonna make mistakes, you know what I mean? How far am I with this challenge? Yeah, okay. I guess you could just charge the Arachnotron instead, so you're 1-on-1 with the HK in this range. Yeah, that's also true. I could also do that, because you're sitting right next at the edge of where he's allowed to go, I believe, and it gets buggy. Yeah, I think you're right about that. And also the respawning fodders. I'm guessing if you kill the Arachnotron... Oh, fuck, I still have a bit of... Doing something a bit risky here, but isn't there... Oh, man, isn't there one soldier that I can... Oh, fuck. Alright, it's gonna have to be... And there we go. Shield breaks, and you're fucked. Fucking hell. Bro. Jesus Christ, man. I have no idea if they respawn. Actually, I kill them both before I get to the soldiers. Yeah, okay. Because I feel like if you leave the Raktatron there, I'm guessing those soldiers respawn, right? Wait, I forgot this. Ah, fuck, I forgot on gold. That's okay. Okay. This is the most dangerous encounter in this level because of the fodder attack spam. Yeah, it is. Like, it's, It really is. But like most, you know, like a lot of these encounters, you know, especially when you're early game, you don't have a lot of health and armor, and you know, like you're fighting a cyber demon or like a leader of some sort, and then, you know, while you're fighting him, you get like dumbbells up your asshole, right? It's like, it's so, it's so, oh fuck, I hate it when that happens. It just, it's so distracting, and it also really, they hit so hard. Like fodder in this game hits so damn hard. Like I've died to fodder many times playing this game, which is something that really happens in Eternal. It happens in 2016 though. Combat shotgun will give decent armor on max sliders after it's maxed out. Yeah, for sure. Like, and I'm actually thinking, you know, as I get later to the game as well, as on my UN runs, is to have the is upgrading the combat shotgun. You know, to have it getting the upgrade that enables you to get armor off of fodder as well. You know, that way it becomes like a flame belch, like an Eternal, which is really helpful if you need it. Okay. That's not at all what I want to do. Okay. One safe way to deal with the leader of this arena is to get on the wooden bones boxes where max spawn. It's pretty safe to chill there and shoot. Oh man, true. Yeah, I never. I'll try that out. Yeah, there are some exploits in this game. Less than in Eternal, but still, there are definitely some exploits. Alright, where's that? There he goes. Flying through. Sorry guys for not checking chat as much. I just really want to get through this level because I have to be done very soon. It's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's just because I need to get this done. Oh wow, did I not? Fuck, I didn't have the salvage thing on. Jesus Christ. Oh man, what are you doing? Why are you giving me this? Thank you. Good. Alright, where you at, Hell Knight? There you go. What a lot of new Doom players don't realize after watching a Doom playthrough is that they assume they can beat the demons without practice. Yeah, that's... I think a lot of people take this game as something that's a lot easier to master than it actually is, you know what I mean? But they'll figure that soon enough if they play Ultra Nightmare especially. That'll humble them. Because playing this on Nightmare versus on Ultra Nightmare, there's a huge difference, you know? Like, I mean, difficulty is the same, but like the mentality... It's the whole mental thing of knowing you can only die once, right? It's yeah. So shooting a cooked rocket at your feet restore more health. I know red rockets do, yeah. Because of the higher, I think the more damage you do, the higher the heal. The more you heal, right? Wow, that was weird. Okay. I would use the rocket launcher only for self heal though. You have to fight for low resources. Brutal, yeah. And then they rage quit because they didn't practice, and then they yeah exactly. And then they say the game is bad, right? All those things together. If you mix all that together, then if you die on Ultra Nightmare because you suck, and yeah, then you're automatic. Like a lot of people just hate the game because of that, right? It's but again, I just don't understand the whole "this game is too easy" thing. It's. I think if you play this game on Nightmare and you feel, you know, maybe you die a couple times a level, then you get through, and you know, it's technically it is easier, yes, but. All in all, I think I've died more times in this game than I have in Eternal when I played Nightmare the first time, I think. It's also a longer game, maybe that's why, but still, I feel like it's, yeah. So, yeah. right, we have everything now. Yes. All right. There you go. Okay, guys. Focusing on self-heal will renew your combat. Even if you're low, you'll need to get in their face with the self-heal active. Yeah, or you can run around and shoot the floor, right? I think you can also do that. You just can't stay still and shoot down. You have to run around and shoot the floor as you run around. Shoot the ground. Don't die on the turret next stream. Yeah, bro. Thank you. Thanks, and we're gaming. That's not gonna happen again. I have no clue why that happened. No, don't do that. You need to fight. Yeah, that was a weird. I have no clue why that happened. I have really no clue why that happened. Like, I just feel like once you shatter his armor, he should stagger, but for some reason it didn't happen. So it was kind of weird. From my experience, you'll still get hit, and that health would be for nothing. Yeah. Cool, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as usual, and yeah, I'll be continuing this probably tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. In any case, have a good one. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.